The Westminsterian educator will be committed to delivering the curriculum, keeping in mind the needs of the students, with the aim to improve standards of student learning and achievement, maintaining discipline, providing guidance, permitting students to go out of the class during school time, only with a permission slip, cooperating in the preparation of lesson plans, teaching aids, display boards, assisting in school events, house division, and student council, monitoring condition of classroom equipment and furniture and materials provided by the school, participating in the special programs of the school, parent consultation days, invigilation duties, creating and maintaining records and reports, carry out effective assessments to inform student progress and future training, getting to know your students' personal strengths and weaknesses. Staff duties and responsibilities. 1. Should be punctual to school class assemblies and events, class cover arrival, break dispersal test and examination duties, staff meetings, other assigned duties. The work day for teachers, teaching assistants, and all other personnel will begin at 7:50 m. The work day for teachers, teaching assistants, and all other personnel will begin at 7:15 a.m. unless on duty. In that case, it is 7:00 m and will end at 2:30 p.m. Unless on duty till 4:30 p.m. All teachers are expected to sign in using the electronic sign-in facility and be in their classroom ready for students by 7:15 a.m. If an emergency occurs that causes you to be late, please contact your assistant principal. Student supervision is the paramount concern of the Westminster School Dubai during the morning routine. Attendance reporting form. Tutors are required to complete class attendance by 7:40 a.m. each day. Accurate reporting of student absences is crucial. School administration expects attendance to be completed on time every day. Please notify the head of house or their designee if an absence is questionable, or if a student has accumulated several absences or tardiness. After 3 days, absences become unexcused without a note. If a student is absent from school without a reason, parents need to be contacted during or after the first day of absence. The head of house must be alerted if a student has been absent for 2 or more days, and parents have failed to contact the school or answer email requests. Teachers must maintain an attendance file for every student, and room attendance should be marked at the start of each lesson. If a child is absent but was in school earlier, this should be reported to the floor duty teacher immediately for checking the safety of the child. Strike-off cases. Absence for more than 21 consecutive days will result in a strike-off from the class list, and the teacher must notify the head of house. Cover lessons. Check the cover list first thing in the morning and look for work assigned by the subject teacher. Keep some videos, educational games, TED talks ready to engage students if work has not been set by the subject teacher. Teacher should not be seated in front of the class and working on her laptop. The absent teacher must share the cover work with the teacher on cover through email after the cover list is released each morning. She or he must also share it with the students in the class. Break monitoring schedule. Staff will be assigned to monitor break on a scheduled basis. Departure monitoring schedule. Teachers and teaching assistant will be assigned specific areas or responsibilities to monitor dispersal of students' bus-owned transport. Teachers will escort the students to the bus park OT area each day. Classroom care. The classroom is a home away from home for teachers and students. Teachers should try to create a warm and relaxing atmosphere. Each staff member is responsible for helping keep the building grounds and equipment clean and in the very best condition. Duties outside teaching hours include lesson preparation, marking, setting home, learning assignments, student evaluation, registers, academic reports, display boards, extracurricular programs, house activities, excursions, field trips, reporting about liaison and communication with parents, providing student reports as required. Student planner must be used for positive reinforcement and as well as corrective measures. It is also used for clinic referrals. Declaration forms to be collected by the end of first week of school. Attendance to be marked every day online. In the core value period, all transfer certificates and strike-off cases are to be updated regularly. Communication pages to be used effectively. Learner profile must be maintained for each student and updated regularly. Student assemblies, Assembly should focus on the GEMS core values or themes as per the academic calendar. Excursions and field trips ministry approval must be obtained well in advance, circular to be sent to parents 2 weeks prior to the trip, duly signed by the principal CEO of the school. Activities and games must be planned in advance in consultation with students and the subject leader. Water and first aid kit to be carried along. MSO assistant admin officer and transport foreman to be informed in advance about school trips, events, and outdoor activities. Risk assessment form has to be completed before the trip and submitted to MSO. Standards: a teacher must adhere to the standards expected in quality of teaching, including assessments, handwriting, board work, maintenance of books, quality and presentation of work, discipline, uniform, display boards, events section, school dress code. Minimum display expected in each classroom, behavior and reward system, class list, house list, class time table, GEMS, core values, class council, class teacher, list of subject teachers, class allocation, transport list, OT list, subject specific displays, GEMS charter. Additional display in classrooms: student of the month, monthly newsletter, news quiz, latest events in school, display material to be updated regularly, school mission statement, school vision, technical terms in each subject, break duty planner, subject related displays, UAE display, Islamic display, well-being, vision. 4-part lesson. Starter: a starter activity to engage the learners and a link to previous learning. The sharing of the objective and success criteria outcome of the lesson. Development: introduction, explanation, modeling of new learning, elaboration of the content by designing active collaborative learning strategy activity for the whole class in groups or pairs. A mini plenary activity which leads to differentiation. Differentiate, for need not by ability, adapt teaching to respond to the strengths and needs of all students. Learning activities directed towards individual pupils' needs consider breadth and depth. Plenary: a review, assessment of the learning and assessment as learning. Plenary: linking to the objectives, outcomes and success criteria of the lesson. Opportunities for demonstration of learning, DOL, through key questions. Assessment as learning, self-peer group assessment using success criteria rubrics. Icon statements. Determine the next phase of learning. Consolidation of learning, highlight not only what has been learned, but also how it has been learned. Comprehensive and constructive feedback to the students. Reflection and impact on the next teaching session. Setting of question papers must include knowledge, understanding and application-based questions as per the National Curriculum Test Specification Framework, GCSES, level specifications covering the range of abilities. More able to less able questions must be skill-based, and most questions open-ended, standardized format and font, to be followed in line with department expectations. Blueprint mark scheme, to be submitted, final copy, to be taken after approval. Some ideas on how to share objective and outcomes: have them displayed for each lesson on a whiteboard, have them displayed on the interactive board for each session when you are using them. Use different colors for objective and outcome. Make sure you talk about the objective with the class. Get the students to discuss them. Do they understand it? Children need to be reminded of the learning objective in between activities. This can be done more than once to reinforce what the children are learning in the session. The students can talk to a peer to discuss what they have been learning. What should the task activity be like? Independent work from a textbook, group discussions and feedback to the class collaborative work should be encouraged. Paired discussion after a question has been asked. The aim is to include all students in their learning. Plenaries: icon sentences the students' learning in the lesson can be recorded as self-reflection in notebooks. Example: today I have learned to evaluate. Today I have tried to. They could discuss with their partner what they have learned and feedback to their peers. They could do the above as a group. They could give you 5 new things they learned during the lesson. There are literally hundreds of ways of doing this. For any lesson to be successful, there are some elements required from the teacher in addition to the structure. These may include, amongst others, Punctuality by teacher and students. Why not smile? Voice variation. Do not speak in monotone. Do not just shout. Make your voice interesting. Contrast loud, quiet. Use your voice as a tool to interest and motivate. Be positive. Be consistent in your approach. Always do what you say you will do. Encourage students. Home learning assignments should be discussed in the next lesson. Make positive comments on written assignments. Treat students as individuals. Be fully prepared for the lesson. Clean the board. Put your computer away at the end of the lesson. Time management. No one would deny that the teacher sets the tone for the lessons, and it is your professional responsibility to provide maximum learning opportunities in a pleasant environment, ensuring maximum learning for all students.